Happy holidays, everybody. The Tesla software update is arriving. It started with hardware 3 cars, which is what I have, and it's starting to roll out to hardware 4. Purpose of this video is to walk you through all of the gems that come with this holiday update, because even though the list is long, when you first turn on your car, it may not look like anything has changed. So I want to make sure you don't miss out on all these great features. So with that, let's get started. Okay, the very first feature we're going to talk about, we're just going to go in the order of the release notes, is the integration of an app on your Apple Watch. Well, this isn't really about the watch. This is about setting up your watch as a key, and you can do that. So how do you do it? Well, the first thing you need to do is you need to install the app on your watch, and you need to run it. And when you run it for the first time, it should come up and say set up key. So let's show you what that's like and how to get started. All right, so what you want to do is you want to run the Tesla app, and it'll come up and say set up watch as key. So we'll go ahead and tap that. It'll look like it's trying to authorize. It's pairing, and it's paired. So there you go. I'm paired up to use my watch as a key to this car. If I go here to settings and locks, you can see that, if I scroll over here, my Apple Watch is now listed on here as a key. So I no longer need my phone. I no longer need my key cards. I can use my Apple Watch to walk up to the car and unlock it. And now that it's paired, I also have access to functions like the frunk or the actual actions of the car. I can do that all from here, and it seems to work. And this is an Intel car, so even hardware 3 on Intel on the Apple Watch works. Okay, the next feature we want to talk about is a really good feature in my opinion, and now you can actually view your Sentry Mode and dash cam video right from your phone. No need to actually access it from the car. So if a new Sentry Mode event happens, it will show up there right on your main menu screen. In there, you can view the clip, download the clip, super convenient. However, once you view it, they will disappear from your phone. So where do they go? Well, only new events will show up on that main menu screen. In order to actually get access to that list, all of it, anytime you want from your phone, all you need to do is go into the security and driver settings, and you will find at the very top, dash cam viewer. Click that and you'll be able to view anything, anytime you want. Next up are quick music items here. We have 2 new music items. There's a new TuneIn app, and they've added Sirius XM. So for those of you that use Sirius XM, I personally don't, this will be a nice added feature to your car. All right, here's another one that is actually really nice. Let's say you're road tripping and you want to drive to St. Louis, and you know when you get there, you're going to be driving around town. So you want to make sure you get there with an ample amount, more than what you would normally do pulling into a supercharger with 10 or 15%. Let's say you want to get there with 50%. Well, previously you would have to do all the math and figure all of that out on your own. However, now in the car, you have the ability to set that desired destination percentage, and the supercharger network in the car will automatically figure out how much you need to charge, where you need to stop and charge to ensure that you get to your final destination at that set percent. That's a really nice feature. And speaking of navigating, you can now search for things along your trip. If you're navigating and you want to say stop at a grocery store or stop at a rest stop or stop for some place to eat, you can go ahead and search while you're driving, and the car will pull up a list of all of those things along your route, and it will tell you how much of a deviation from your trip in the form of minutes it will take for you to make that side trip to go do that thing you want to do. Really nice way of communicating to you exactly what's going to happen during your trip and what that impact will be. All right, this next one is the #1 feature I was waiting for, and I have to admit that I'm a little disappointed, and it is map overlays for weather. While you're driving on the main screen, there will be a map overlay of the active weather that you are approaching. And I've been wanting this for a long time, and you get it, sort of. Now, if you have a hardware 3 car with the AMD chip in it, or a hardware 4 car when it comes out, you're going to be covered. The animated maps work just fine. There is a button on the navigation screen at the very bottom menu where you can select it and turn that weather on or off. But if you've got an old Intel hardware 3 car like me, well, unfortunately, you're out of luck entirely on the animated maps. There's actually no map overlay whatsoever for radar. However, when you click on the weather now at the very top of the screen, you have the option to not only see the weather forecast for where you're at, but also the weather forecast for your destination. Unfortunately, I'm out of luck on this one, but for the vast majority of people, you're going to really like this feature. The next one on the list is rear cross traffic alerts. Yes, when you go in reverse, the cameras will show up on your main screen. Now, you're going to see some red indicators on the sides to indicate that there might be cross traffic while you're backing up. And that's a nice feature. And this car is probably one of the safest vehicles on the road, and they've just amped that up a little bit higher in safety with this added feature. They also have a little hidden gem of, if you want to turn it on, you can have it decrease the volume of your music when you're backing up. So if you like listening to loud music and you put it in reverse, it will decrease that loud music, I assume, to allow you to provide a little more mental focus on what you're doing when you're backing up. So nice feature. Every holiday update, they tend to release a new light show for the car. And in this case, there are two of them. And so I'm not going to detail those in this video, but if you get the holiday update, you want to check out the new light show, go out and check them out. They're always a lot of fun. The next feature I want to talk about is something that's actually kind of cool, which is now you have the ability to control the passenger seat from the main screen. No longer do you need to reach way over to the other side if you want to move the seat up or back. You can get to it from the settings screen, and there's a new section called seats. And from there, you can actually push the buttons to move it up and back. But it doesn't work exactly like you would expect it to work. It actually is in one motion. So the back moves up and the seat moves up in one motion and goes back in one motion. So you cannot do fine seat controls for the person sitting there. In fact, you can't adjust the seat controls at all if there's somebody sitting in that seat. So it is really only for gross controls. No one's sitting over there. There's someone in the back seat, or you want to get it ready for camp mode. You can just quickly move it up. It pushes everything forward. It does exactly what it says it does, and it's actually a really nice software feature that they added. A little less fun is car maintenance, and car maintenance is important. They now have a maintenance summary screen available to you. It is located under Controls, Service, Maintenance, and it will give you a total listing of all of the upcoming maintenance for your car and what they recommend that you do. You can even schedule, I believe, a service appointment right from that screen. It's good that they're pulling all of this information together. Really like this ad. And then if you scroll down to the minor updates are usually kind of throwaway things that you don't want to pay close attention to. But there's some gems. There's some real gems here. You now, whenever you click a point of interest, will have the ability to select nearby parking. That's huge. If you ever go to any large metropolitan area, finding parking is a big deal. So being able to just say, show me the nearby parking, that is really cool. It will also, the navigation will dynamically route around road closures and display them along the affected route. That is also really nice. If someone is trying to access your doors or your trunk, you will get an alert on your phone that someone is trying to do that from a Sentry mode point of view, which is really nice. This next one, they kind of threw in there, and I have mixed views on this. There's a new energy graph. The new energy graph replaces the 5, 15, and 30-mile range where you can see energy consumption, and the new one just has 200 miles. I don't know that I like that yet. It probably will be fine for long distances, but I actually kind of miss the ability to switch between that granularity. I definitely like the averages going longer than the 30 miles, but I don't know. I like the fact that it is only that. And the last thing in the minor updates is that when you're navigating to a supercharger, it will tell you if any of the posts are actually down for whatever reason, which is really nice. And when you're traveling in an EV, knowing what's going on at the charging stops makes things work out really well, and it will help inform you if you want to make different decisions. So with that, that's the holiday update. So there's a lot going on here. And the reason why I wanted to explain each of these is because a lot of times there's a lot of hype and you go get the update and you turn on your car and you get into it and you're like, wow, that doesn't look any different. And this is one of those kinds of updates. You have to kind of dig for those nuggets. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you enjoy your holiday update. And if you did, do me a favor for Christmas, go down and tap that like button. And if you're new to the channel, subscriptions are always welcome. And if you're looking to pick up a Tesla of your own, and I would highly recommend it, make sure you use a referral link. And they got a special going on right now. You can save up to $2,000 on a Tesla, depending on what you buy. So make sure you use a referral link. Any referral link will work, but if you want to use mine, that is great. Thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you on the next video.